up the A on Whistle.
Welcome.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the show.
Yay, yay, yay.
Yay, how are you doing today?
I'm fine,
Doing good?
fine. Weather's
Look
gorgeous,
at this
gorgeous.
A
The
gorgeous
crowd?
audience we
It
have.
is. It is a gorgeous
And they're
audience.
so patient with us. I appreciate
because we've
you
been
very
sitting
much.
here with technical difficulties.
We have been, and it's a pleasure for everyone to be just sitting over there on your side of the room and not attacking us.
What, you know, that reminds me.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we were kids, Daniel? Just a few short years
Yeah,
ago.
actually, I do remember quite a bit.
And remember when you have technical difficulties on TV, and there'd be like just a cardboard thing that would come up, and it would have like a cable, and it'd be cut, and it'd have like
Yeah.
the little fake sparks
stand
coming
by.
through it. And you have the police stand by,
Yeah.
and you'd sit there in front of the TV. I was
Waiting.
like that, waiting
Yeah.
for it to come back on because something
And
might happen.
I've said this before. When I was a kid, I loved. I don't know why I was so fascinated with television, but I grew up with television.
Did you watch the dot disappear?
I watched. Yeah.
At the end,
Yeah,
remember
at
when
the
you
very
turned
end,
it
yeah.
off and you wouldn't go to bed till the dot disappeared.
And I would get up on Saturday morning and turn the television on and watch static until you saw the test pattern, and then the cartoons came on.
Yeah,
And
well,
that's what I wanted.
we're aging ourselves, and I did that the other day in class. AETN has gotten the copyright for the Arkansas You Run Deep in Me song, and they produced a video. Well, I mentioned it, and I said it might be familiar to you because they used to play it, you know, when they went off air. The students did not know what I meant by going off air.
There's no off air anymore.
There's no off air, and I said, well, you know, TV used to like shut off at midnight or whatever. On Friday and Saturday, it might have
And they
been
go,
on a little
huh?
bit later. and they're just completely beyond their
Yeah.
comprehension that
Yeah.
it would just go off and there'd be no television.
Yeah, I think the generation now misses out on some of the cool things that happened back then.
They do.
Yeah.
They really, really do. Because Logan, for instance, last night, he was flipping channels. There was something on the Cartoon Network, and he commented that cartoons weren't just weren't any good anymore. And
Well, that's a true statement.
yeah, and I told him, I said, well, you should have seen the ones that were popular when I was a kid, because those were the really good ones. And he kind of laughed. He said, yeah, Tom and Jerry's a classic. I said,
Well, they are.
Tom,
They are good
Rocky and
cartoons.
Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
A classic.
Yes.
So I haven't watched cartoons since my kids were little and watched the Smurfs, so I don't know anything about that. But television in general, aside from us, of course, is simply not what it used to be.
It's not.
You know what I mean?
You know, the fall season has just come out.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, there'll be something there to watch. They have this
Yeah.
thing called The Event, and I'm watching, and I'm like, okay, it's kind of interesting, but then episode 2 was like they drug you along, and I got so bored with it.
Really?
I
See,
just
I
went
don't
somewhere
watch
else.
TV anymore, but I am going to at least once watch one of the new episodes of Hawaii Five-0, so I can hear that dun 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 and book 'em Dano, and I'll be in heaven. I mean, I loved Hawaii Five-0 as a kid. Loved it. So I want to hear the theme music, and then I'm sure I'll be disappointed.
Well, I could probably email
But
you the theme music.
well, I can get it on YouTube.
Yeah, you can get it.
But I mean, I want to kind of get with the whole new rhythm again.
Okay.
The whole, yeah. Oh, I loved that show when I was a kid. I loved Bonanza. Not Bonanza was. I was going to marry Little Joe. I think I confessed
were
that
you?
once upon. Yeah, I was going to grow up and marry Little Joe. He's my first big crush. I was about 4.
Well, you weren't old enough to be into the Mickey Mouse Club, but
I'm not-
I
I'm
wrote
not
letters
old
and the
like
whole
you,
thing.
Dan.
Yeah, I'm pretty old.
Were you a Mickey Mouser?
I was. Yeah, I wasn't on the show, but
Yeah.
I really desperately wanted to be. Yeah.
I grew up on Romper Room. Those of
Yeah.
you who are from around here, Romper Room. That was, and what was her name? That came on at noon on KY3, and she had the treasure castle you could open with the key. Aunt Norma. Yeah. And I wanted romper stoppers from Romper Room, and then she'd hold up the thing and say, I see Cindy and Bobby and Davy. And I
Yeah.
kept thinking, say Sandy,
Yeah.
for heaven's sakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't see local television do that anymore. They're just. I guess there's no
Are kids
reason
too
for it.
sophisticated?
Well, I think a lot of it. Like I used to watch the midnight movies
Oh, yeah.
when local television used to do that, but anymore, the VCR and
Remember
DVR
the old B
stuff.
movies like
Oh, yeah.
Creature from the Black Lagoon would be on late at
Night of the
night.
Living
and,
Dead and-
Yeah, Dracula meets, the Wolf Man, and the special effects would just
Oh,
be
yeah.
comical.
The Brain, those kind of things.
Or the
creeping
Blob, yeah,
hand.
I don't remember, but I do remember something else that'll take some of our viewers back. Remember the midnight special with Wolf Man,
Oh,
Jack?
sure,
Oh,
yeah.
every Friday night. But Mother would not let us watch it when Alice Cooper was on it. She thought he was
Oh,
satanic.
you're kidding.
Oh no, we turned it off when Alice Cooper came on. That was a no-no. So of course, getting to stay up late also. But remember Love American Style? That thing was filthy. I was too young to know. I didn't get any of the humor. I guess Daddy would be laughing. And I've seen it on like TV Land on a rerun. I thought, that show was filthy. But they edited out anything, and unless you were
Everything
adult.
was suggestive.
Yeah,
anyway,
unless you were an adult, you didn't
Yeah.
get it. So it went right over my head. But I can remember watching that. That was kind of like the Love Boat with the swinging 70s or something.
No, we have a lot of those programs now, and but we don't have.
You have Chad, Joe, and Reese still.
Yes, we do.
The
have
Streets of
Laredo.
Laredo.
Do
Because
yes.
I like that
But we
one.
don't have Hawaii 5-0.
You don't have a, but
I
you have
don't think
Magnum PI.
we have-
Let me tell you, that's all we need. Magnum PI. Yeah.
Yep, everything was
Even
tight,
there's little shorts
tight
and knee
back
socks.
in those days. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, knee socks with a stripe right here, and it's sad. Exactly. Have we traveled down memory lane long enough?
We have traveled down memory lane, and I think our illustrious audience is taking a snooze nap
Yeah,
over there.
they're
So
like,
we probably,
oh, come on. And the folks back home are taking their own trip down memory lane. So, go right, and I've got a new red cup. So go right ahead.
Well, we want to welcome everyone to the show. This is 726 here in Mountain Home, and we have a great lineup of local guests. And we're going to be talking from anything from master gardening all the way down to fall festivals.
You be careful of that MasterCard. You
know.
hung up on that one, didn't you?
I hang up on a lot of things. But anyway, Mark Keaton's going to be here with Jim Whitesell, and they're going to be talking about the Master Gardeners program.
And I'm sure I'll be humiliated because I don't remember I'm the brown thumb
Yeah,
girl.
you're the brown thumb. And then we have Nancy Savela along with Sharon Miller. They're going to be talking about the Women's Health Forum. And then later on in the show, we have Dan Henley from Free Southern Gospel Concert that they're putting on, and also Brenda Spencer and Wyatt and Cody Deely will be here to be talking about a fall festival that they're having.
And Brenda even has, as always, she has visual aids.
Yeah. And I see a big basket over there of toys.
Of toy. Well, I don't think she's going to give them away. Dan's always hoping for people to give stuff away.
Yeah. I love free things.
I know. Well, don't we all? I like to bring food myself. And you didn't ask me about the fact that I went to the Razorback game last Saturday, but of
No,
course
I
don't
did.
wanna
I
talk
didn't.
about
I was more concentrated on the accident that you had
Yeah, the
at lunch
stain
today.
on the front of my dress.
Well, we won't talk about
We
that.
won't talk about that. I'm going to sit like this because I spilt my lunch all over my dress today. But yeah.
Let's take our first break,
Go
and
right ahead.
when we come back, we'll be talking with Mark Keaton and Jim Whitesell with the Master Gardeners program. Stay with us.